In this video, we are going to cover three things. The first one is the distance between 2 points. The second thing is midpoint between 2 points and the perpendicular bisector. So in order to find the distance between the 2 points, we are able to use a rise and run between the 2 points. So MN and NP, they are the run and the rise. And in this triangle, we have the one side is A, another side is B, and hypotenuse is C. So if we are able to find the side A and side B, we could use a Pythagorean theorem to find the side C. And from the slope, we know that from M to N, we call it run. Horizontal distance between the 2 points is run, and the vertical distance between the 2 points is rise. And these 2 points, M and P, we could label as x1, y1, x2, y2. So the run, we are able to write as the difference between the x coordinates. Difference means subtraction. So it is 6 take away -2. Negative becomes positive. So we have 8. And for the rise, is y2 minus y1. And it is -2 take away 4. We have -6. So then we are going to use a Pythagorean theorem. So MP equals C. It is a square root of A squared plus B squared. It is run squared plus rise squared. And we sub in the 8 squared plus -6 squared. We are going to have 64 plus -6 squared is -6 times -6 give you 36. Then you are going to have square root 100. Use the square root sign on your calculator. You are going to get 10. So this is a distance between the 2 points M and P. So from this example, we are able to see that in general, the length of line segment AB, one point x1, y1, another point x2, y2, the general formula for the distance between 2 points is the rise over run, so squared, then add together. So x1, 2 minus x1 squared, this is your run squared, plus the rise squared. Rise is difference of y2 minus y1 squared. So this is the first formula for this video. The distance between 2 points is just run squared plus rise squared, then square root. So connect this with a slope formula. So slope equals rise over run. So use the knowledge before how to find the rise and the run, then you are able to just squared run, then plus square of rise square root, you will be able to find the distance. So here is an example. So you could pause this video and do this question by yourself, then check your answer. So we are going to do this question. So the run is from -1 to 4. It will be 4 take away -1. It gives you 5. And the rise is from -2 to 5. You use 5, take away -2, you have 7. Then the distance between the D and E is just run squared plus right squared. It's 5 squared plus 7 squared. Then we have square root. 25 plus 49. Then equals square root 74. So this is your answer, and if you want to round it to decimals, you could use your calculator, find out square root of 74 equals what. So 74, we could use 74 then square root. It gives you 8.60. So if we are going to keep 2 decimal places, it will be 8.60. The next digit is 2. Less than 5, just round off. So if greater than 5, then we add 1 to the last digit, will be 61. So this is first part of this video, the distance between 2 points. So square root, run squared plus right squared. This is the second part of this video, the midpoint. The midpoint, if the midpoint between 2 points is x1, y1, x2, y2, for example, we are going to give you the general formula. So the midpoint means between, at middle of these 2 points. Middle means average of the x coordinate and average of the y coordinate. Average of 2 points will be I together divided by 2. So if 3 points of average will be 3. So midpoint of 2 points is middle. Middle means average. So you have 2 points. Average of 2 things will be add together divided by 2. So the x coordinate add together divided by 2. Then the y coordinate add together divided by 2. So this is a general formula for midpoint. And it's easier to make mistakes. Here is, this is add, it's not difference. So average means the sum means add. And for distance is difference, is for rise over run is subtraction. So for this one, we just add the 2 x coordinate together and add the 2 y coordinate together divided by 2. So find the average of x, average of y. Then we are going to have 7 and 13 over 2. So you could just keep it as a fraction. And the next one, do the same thing. You just add the 2 x coordinates together to find the average and add the 2 y coordinates together to find the average. Then you are going to have this one, we could just keep at the decimal, so 11.15, and this add together give you negative 5.9. Then this is answers for the 2 points, the midpoint. And the next example is the midpoint is given, so we could just sketch it. It's not in scales, and file -1. And this time, this is your midpoint, so you are going to go backward and find the endpoint. So we could label this endpoint x comma y. Then we could use this midpoint formula to set up equation to find the x and the y. So 4 is a midpoint, so it will be the average of the 2 points x coordinate divided by, so x plus 5 divided by 2 equals 4. And another one equation is y plus -1. The y coordinate add together divided by 2 to find the average, that will be your y value. So from the first equation, we want to find the x. This is a linear equation. We are going to isolate x. So we move the 2 to other side by doing opposite operation. So you do the, when you solve the equation, you are going to do the bad math backward. So adding, subtracting first, then divide, multiply after. So we do the multiplication, but because this one we got fractions. So this equation we have fractions. We want to get rid of the fraction. We bring the 2 to other side. We are going to do opposite operation is multiplication. So x plus 5 equals 4 times 2. Then 4 times 2 give you 8. Then you move the plus 5 to other side. Its opposite operation is minus 5. You are going to have x equals 3. And do the same thing for y. Move the fraction denominator 2 to other side to get rid of the denominator. You are going to have y plus minus give you minus 1 equals 9 times 2. Then bring the minus 1 to other side. It will be opposite operation is plus 1. You have y equals 19. Then we know that the endpoint is 3, 19. There is another method to do it, is do the backward of the rise over run. So from -1 to 5 to 4 is go backward 1. And from -9 to 9 is positive 10. So you continue to do, left 1 will be give you 3. And from 9 you go up 10, you will have 19. Then you will have, this point is 3, 19. So if you use a rise over run backward, you also could find this midpoint. So this is a second part of this video. The midpoint formula for 2 points is average of the x. Average of x coordinate means x value add together divided by 2. And the average of y means add the y value together, y coordinate together, then divide by 2. The third part and also the last part of this video is perpendicular bisector. Perpendicular bisector, this phrase has 2 words, and it also represents you have 2 things you need to consider. One is 90 degrees is perpendicular. Another one, bisector, means midpoint. So you are going to use these 2 key information to find the equation of this line, perpendicular bisector. Also, we call it right bisectors. So in a triangle, just you have 2 points is okay. The first thing, you need to find the midpoint of these 2 points. Then after that, from this midpoint, you draw a perpendicular line forms 90 degrees with these 2 given points. and this is your perpendicular bisector. So notice that the bisector doesn't have to go through another vertex if you have a triangle. So example here is a diagram of one triangle here and a shape the travel along EF will turn at midpoint of EF and 90 degree with it. So they want to find the equation of this perpendicular bisector. So the EF are given. E is 4, -3, and F is 10, -7. So the strategy is, first one, find the midpoint of I of the side EF, and after that, find the slope of the line EF. Third step, find the slope perpendicular to EF. Then fourth step, use the slope and midpoint to find the equation in the form y equals mx plus b. So we are going to find the midpoint of EF. So M is midpoint of EF is average of the x coordinate and average of the y coordinate. So average of two things means I together divided by 2. 4 plus 10 divided by 2, -3 plus -7 divided by 2. So you are going to have 7 and -5. So this is a midpoint, is our first step. And the second step, we are going to find the slope of the line segment EF, of the line EF. So we are going to use a rise over run. The rise is difference between the 2 points of the y difference. So x1, y1, x2, y2. So rise means difference of y, and the run is difference of x. And here, be careful, the midpoint is average, is add together the y, and here is subtract. So y2 is -7, y1 is -3, x2 is 10, x1 is 4. You are going to have -7 plus 4 give you plus 3 give you -4, and the denominator is 6. The lowest form is -2/3. And the third step is finding the perpendicular slope of EF, and you are going to do the opposite flip. Opposite flip means negative becomes positive, and the flip is 3/2. So we have this equation, slope of this line. We have a point on that line, so we are going to sub the slope and the point to find the b value. So m equals 3/2. The xy is a point, use a midpoint. The midpoint is the point on this perpendicular line. So it's 7, -5 into y equals mx plus b. In this equation, you have 4 variables, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 different letters represent 4 variables, and in order to solve a variable, we need to, in this equation, we have only 1 variable left. So it means you need to have 3 variables given. So we have m, x, y given. So then we are able to solve this equation when there is only 1 variable left. unknown. So negative 5 is y, and m is 3 over 2, x is 7, and plus b. Then you are going to do the 3 over 2 times 7 first, then move the 3 times 2 over 7 to other side. So minus 3 over 2, then times 7. So you could use your calculator right away to find the final answer. So negative 3 over 2 times 7, then minus 5. So here we are going to type in negative 3 fraction AB slash C 2 times 7 minus 5, then press equal sign. You will see it's negative 15, then slash 1 slash 2. So you are going to put shift AB slash C again. It gives you negative 31 over 2. So use this fraction button on your calculator. Some calculator you have just a square over square as a fraction button, then you can do any operations for fractions easily. So this is a negative 31 over 2. So from the calculator we can see that this final answer is negative 31 over 2 equals b. Then we have the slope, we have the b value. The last step is write a statement sub m and b into the y equals ms plus b. So m equals 3 over 2, b equals negative 31 over 2. Then we have the final answer is y equals 3 over 2 x minus 31 over 2. So in this video you will see we have covered the distance between 2 points, that is square root run squared plus rise squared. Run squared is x2 minus x1, rise is y2 minus y1. And for the midpoint is average of the x coordinate and the average of the y coordinate. Average means I together divided by 2. And the perpendicular bisector, you need to find the midpoint of the 2 points, then find the slope between the given 2 points, then opposite flip negative reciprocal to find the perpendicular slope. Then you use a midpoint and also the perpendicular slope, sub into the y equals mx plus b, solve for b, then sub into the final m and b to y equals mx plus b to find the equation of the perpendicular bisector. So this is all for this video. Thanks for watching.